Welcome back to the Barley Lads. Today we're drinking Tullamore D.E.W. This is Tullamore D.E.W. It's a blended Irish whiskey out of the Tullamore D.E.W Distillery in Tullamore, County Offaly, Ireland. The ABV is 40% or 80 proof. It's a non-age statement, but a minimum of 3 years. You should be able to get this between $18 and $24. The mash bill, it's a blend of single pot still, single malt, and single grain. Tullamore D.E.W was founded in 1829 by Michael Malloy. Later it passed to his nephew, Mr. Daly. And near that time, that is when Daniel E. Williams, or D.E.W, started working for the distillery. At 15 years old, he was just a stable boy, but by 25, he became the distillery manager. And eventually, he was able to purchase the distillery from the Daly family. It was still known as Daly Whiskey up through I think the 40s and 50s. But what happened, again, with Irish whiskey throughout the late 1800s and early 1900s is that the brand of Irish whiskey was basically removed from shelves through Prohibition, World War I, and Irish independence. The British forced all Irish exports they were not allowed to pass through English ports. So they weren't able to get into the UK, they were blocked from some of Europe, and they were blocked from Canada, and obviously the US because of Prohibition. So the daughter or granddaughter, I think, of Daniel E. Williams, at the time in the mid-50s, she actually married into the Powers family, and she sold the business or combined the business with her husband's. So they shifted all of their production from Tullamore D.E.W to Powers in Dublin. And then when Powers conglomerated with Jameson and the Cork distillers to become Irish distillers, then all of Tullamore D.E.W's production shifted down to Cork, or Midleton in County Cork in Ireland. Recently, though, Tullamore D.E.W was bought by the William Grant and Sons Company, and they decided to reopen the Tullamore Distillery as a visitor center, and they've built a new distillery just outside of Tullamore D.E.W, or Tullamore, and they have been producing whiskey there for, I want to say, the last 3 to 5 years. Now, we do know that what is in this bottle is still coming from not only Cork and Midleton, but also Bushmills in Northern Ireland. What makes Tullamore unique is that it is a triple blend. So it uses single malt, single pot still, and single grain. And we know that Midleton doesn't produce single malt, so they're buying that from Bushmills, as I said. But hopefully we'll be getting some newer Bushmills in the next couple of years that will be fully made in Tullamore D.E.W distillery. So on the nose, you get some citrus, green apple, vanilla. This is distinctively Irish. I'll just say that. Taste-wise, you get honey, slight oak, a little bit of the sherry influence. This is bourbon cask, sherry cask, and refill. Refill refers to second use bourbon or sherry. So you're not getting as much of the wood, bourbon, or sherry influence from those. You definitely get the malt, a hint of spice, probably from the pot still, but very, very mild. I would give it a short finish. It does have that creaminess that you would expect to get from something that has some pot still in it, or even some single malt. And for the price, this is a good whiskey. If you can find it, you can pretty much get this anywhere. It's almost as popular as Jameson. I believe this is the second highest selling blended whiskey behind Jameson. A distant second, but still second. So, thank you again for watching an episode of the Barley Lads. Today we've been talking about Tullamore D.E.W. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notifications when we post new videos. Slàinte.